between the intruder and her father. And then her brother Jimmy entered into the fray, coming to aid Dad, but too late to prevent a second knife blow that plunged deep in her father's chest. Dad sagged back to the floor, blood blossoming on his white shirt. Jimmy was diving at the intruder, and she wanted to help, but Jordan's training was to obey her parents, and her mother had said run, and so she ran. Back to her room, where she shut the door behind her, considered going out the window, but there was nowhere to go, just straight down to the ground, 2 floors below. Should she jump? She would almost certainly break one leg, if not both, and then, how could she ever get away? She looked for her cell phone, remembered it was in her jacket downstairs. Downstairs, where Jimmy's voice rose in a peal of yowling pain. Jordan shuddered, choked back tears, scoured her room for a weapon, seeing teddy bears, CDs, posters of teen idols, the mirror over the tiny dressing table. Though nothing looked out of place, nothing resembled a weapon either, unless she broke the mirror maybe. Then her eyes fell on her student desk. Scissors inside. She jerked open the drawer, found the scissors, and drew them out as the sounds of struggle grew closer. Someone was coming up the stairs. More than one person? Holding the scissors like a knife, the points not as sharp as she wished, Jordan threw open her window to suggest that she had fled, then squeezed under her bed. Where she waited, trying to control her breathing, a ragged sound so loud that it seemed to echo throughout the room, the house, the universe. Sweat matting her hair, running into her eyes, cold terror flowing through her veins, her heart hammering in her ears. She looked at the scissors in her trembling fist and tried to force herself not to shake. The room seemed warm, but she couldn't stop shivering. She peeked under the hanging bedspread toward the door. Sounds of struggle had grown louder, closer, moving to the hallway beyond that door. Grunts and growls and bodies bouncing off walls. Then Jordan heard her mother nearby, crying. "Why are you doing this to us? What did we do to you?" If the intruder answered, Jordan didn't hear the reply. Shivering, her teeth chattering now, she heard the struggle perhaps another 10 seconds. Then there was a loud gasp right outside her door. Not Jimmy or Dad, her mother. She wanted to scream, for her mother, for herself, for mercy, for no reason but to scream at the insanity that had invaded her sphere. But Jordan managed to stay silent and even made her breathing quieter, eyes glued to the light leaking in under the door. After what seemed like forever, the door swung slowly open and Jordan stared at a patch of hallway. An eternity seemed to pass before she saw a shoe take a drunken step in. Instantly, Jordan recognized her mother's white New Balance walking shoe. Her mother's foot hung there for a long moment, then a bead of blood plopped like a solitary raindrop on the toe. Her mother took another unsteady step, a gurgling sound coming from somewhere. As Jordan watched, her mother's feet hesitated, then the body those feet had supported toppled. And her mother's face came to rest just inches from Jordan's own. Mom's brown eyes wide, staring, lifeless, blood visible at the corners of her mouth, and now Jordan screamed. The shrill, wordless wail seemed to fill the whole world, and even though she tried to stop, Jordan couldn't. And when need for breath demanded a stop, the scream started right back in, on and on, her mother's eyes staring at her without life, without love, without hope. A hand closed around her ankle and pulled, hard, cutting off her scream. She released the scissors to try to grip the floor or the underside of the bed or something, but she felt herself traveling backward, her fingernails clawing uselessly at the hardwood floor as she jerked her foot, trying to free herself of the firm grip. On her tummy, she tried to twist around to see her attacker, but couldn't lift her shoulder, the bottom of the bed blocking her. As he drew her effortlessly out from under, by both ankles now, Jordan tried to kick free, though her attacker proved too strong. She was halfway out when she stretched her right hand and managed to grasp the handle of the scissors and take them along with her. "Let me go!" she yelled. It came up from her chest, but sounded small and childlike. The attacker pulled harder, and she found herself out in the middle of the floor, the protection provided by the bed a distant memory. He jerked her leg to one side, and Jordan was forced from her